So hello everyone, I just bought the power supply. It's from Beamwell RSP 1500 with 48 volt output. So I just bought it used around maybe $40 USD dollars, and then in Taiwan dollar is like 1500 NTD. And yeah, the power supply is actually is quite thick. It consists two stages, the PFC and then the DC-DC converter. So they stack it like this. Between each stack have one plate to separate them. Um, Actually, the Minwell itself have higher power output rating series RSP 2000, but for the RSP 2000, actually the size is like half of the size, more compact, but it using different topologies. So we can start from the first one, from the PFC side, the PFC stage. So this PFC is yeah, like a normal boost PFC. It have on the input have a common mode choke, and then fit into the full bridge rectifier, like a normal full bridge rectifier. It's using two of them in parallel and have its own heatsink. And then the output of this rectifier fit into the uh, input capacitor in here, and then going to the inductor. So this is not transformer, but inductor. Have two inductor in series. So after this inductor, it's going to the MOSFET for MOSFET in parallel to switch the current. And then there is one small transformer, is a current transformer to read the to sense the current. And then after that, on the output, there is one diode in here. So for the MOSFET, actually, I don't know if you can see, but the code is 20 and 60 C3. It's 600 volt 20 amps MOSFET. And then for the diode is from ST, is STTH 306, is a 630 amps diode, Schottky diode if I remember. And then for the controller is from TI, is UC3855 PFC controller. And then in here there is a small transformer for the auxiliary input output. I mean, it's a flyback, yeah, like an. And then this is the backside of the PCB to drive the MOSFET. In parallel, they have four. So its MOSFET have its driver. It's using N NPN. Yeah, I think NPN. Yeah, if I remember. And then after that, it's using, so four of this transistor is drive by one this PNP, and then this PNP get the signal from the controller. So it this one is here controlling four of them to control the gate of the MOSFET. That's it. And then there is a small snubber in here. Yeah. And then so this will boost the voltage from 100 to from 100 to 240 volt input to around maybe 300 volt or 400 volt output to fit to the DC-DC converter. Oh yeah, so this controller will will control the MOSFET with the frequency switching of 70 kilohertz. And then we move to the DC-DC converter side. Yeah. So this is the DC-DC converter. Is reduce the voltage from 400 to 48. And then the topology that it uses is a passive full bridge. So this for MOSFET, so high side, low side. So it have a, we call it lead, lag, and lag lead. So yeah, one of them will be the switch. I mean the switching ratio between the high side and the low side is keep at 50% balance, but the phase different that will uh, reduce the power transfer output. So it include in the CPS uh, topology. So it will be more efficient than like a normal full bridge converter. No hard switching. So for the passive full bridge, uh, this full bridge MOSFET, the output of the one phase will go into this DC blocking capacitor and then going to the SIM inductor. So this SIM inductor is for the leakage inductance of the primary. So in passive, we utilize the leakage inductance to discharge the uh, capacitance of the MOSFET to achieve the zero voltage switching. So this inductor, SIM inductor, going to the transformer. So it have two transformer in series, and then the primary side is in series, the secondary side is on parallel. So on the secondary side, it's using a current doubler rectifier topology. So so that's why have a four inductor, and then the parallel is utilized by this plate. So the plate is connected to the output, and then its inductor have one diode. So for the MOSFET is using I forget, but yeah, there is a complete dataset on the website about this power supply. So the difference between the boost VFC and then this one, how to drive the MOSFET. In here they use a transformer to drive the MOSFET. So the controller feed the signal to the transformer, and then this transformer will drive the output will drive uh, the MOSFET. So yeah, it's isolated. And then this one, yeah, same, the current transformer to sense the current. What I don't understand is usually we use current transformer to sense the primary. I mean the primary side current to protect the transformer from saturation. So it means that we will control the MOSFET in peak current mode control. So in peak current mode control, you don't need have DC blocking capacitor, because DC blocking capacitor usually for uh, in the voltage mode to make sure the transformer not saturate by the DC voltage. Oh yeah, there is two diode in here. So these two diode actually uh, to keep the leakage inductance energy to be only on primary side. So not will to keep the on the primary side. So will not transfer to the secondary side and making some problem on the diode. So this, so the output have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I mean like 10 output capacitor, and then this is the backside of the PCB. It's quite, I mean, yeah, it's very heavy actually. The power supply itself, very heavy. If compare with the another model, the 2000 series, I know that the 2000 series have more. I don't know. It's more, if you can search that, there is so many problem with the 2000 series. I don't know why, but for the 1500, I cannot find. I think this is more durable, the topology, than the two switch forward topology. So yeah, this one. Okay, maybe only that's all from me for this quick review. So I hope you can learn something from this. Okay, thank you. Bye bye.